I don't know what the note is that tells me 23, but I could be totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't enjoy it as much as this one for
Oh,
sure.
interesting.
Do you get that same note?
Welcome to Whiskey and SV. I'm your host Sam, and tonight we're going to be drinking some Stagg. And tonight we're joined by my good friend Joe, who's brought over some really cool batches of Stagg. And you know a lot about Stagg, Joe. So please go ahead and introduce what we're going to be drinking tonight.
Yeah, well, it's always great to share some pours, especially ones like these.
Mhm.
So George C. Stagg, was the founder of the line, and for a long time these were known as Stagg Junior.
Mhm.
And then when we got to batch 18, they decided to remove the Junior from the name. And after 18, they went to 19, which for some odd reason was renamed to batch 22B for an unknown reason. 22B was followed by 22A, which of course makes no sense.
Right.
And so we've gone on since there. We're now at 24A, and I think in general people perceive that the 22A, which is one of the ones we're going to be trying tonight, is considered the best in the last couple of years. We have 23A. The year 23 was kind of considered a bad year for Stagg, so the A, B, and C, generally not good. And then just recently, the 24A came out, and I was lucky enough to snag one at MSRP, which is always amazing when you can do that.
Yes.
I don't want to give too many hints, but they might be back. They might be doing better than 23.
Right. I remember when you tried this, you were speaking very highly of it. So I'm going to temper my expectations, but yeah. So we're going to do this as a blind. I don't know why I just thought A's. I really thought A was like the first batch of every year, so I thought we should do A's because it'll be too much to do every single one.
Yes.
But given what you explained, probably not. But good enough. We have one representation from each year.
Yeah.
And
yeah, the A from each year. I think that's good enough, especially since the 22 and the 24A are generally considered to be good batches.
Cool. All right, so let's do the pours.
Okay.
And I think these are not going to fit on the table, so we're going to have to make sure that we do the manual swaps.
Okay.
But yeah, let's try to keep them relatively light pours. The 1 and 2 will go on the 22A.
Yep.
The 3 and 4 will go on the 23A. And the 5 and 6, I gotta make sure I switch this around. It's the IV from this side, so it's gonna be VI. I'm making this too hard, aren't I?
We just need a Sharpie and they'll solve all of our problems.
I will get a Sharpie for next time for sure.
And we'll say, oh, there's a Sharpie note in our Staggs. What's going on?
Right. Do you want to go outside and I'll do the first swap?
I'll disappear.
And second swap. Yeah, sounds good. Thank you. Full disclosure, I opened my 23A yesterday. I don't know like how long your stuff has been open, but they're all like pretty much.
Yeah, like a month or so.
Okay.
So.
Wow, you're tempering yourself.
Yeah, there's so many bottles to try.
Right. All right, cheers.
Cheers.
I love Buffalo Trace Mash Bill 1, man. It's just it's like happiness in a glass.
Yes. It's amazing how they could take the same mash bill and get like so many different expressions out of that,
Yeah, definitely.
whether it's Stagg or some of the EH Sailors or whatever.
So this is definitely very proofy.
Yes.
But there's a lot of like confectionery, sort of like sweet and fruity notes.
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of ethanol right off the beginning. And I've been trying to coat my glass. I've been told that that really helps to open it up a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So I code it and then I try to not breathe in directly. I always
Yeah.
like try to use just kind of breathe through my nose, and
Ah, that's good. You want to nose all three of them before
I
we?
think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think especially with stuff like this, it's good to get a comparative
Yeah.
sort of. All right,
Let's go on to number
number two.
two or B or what are we calling this?
Yeah, I guess one, two, three.
Well, that one's a little astringent as well on the
Mm.
ethanol front. Typical caramel and vanilla for sure.
So when I go from this to this, I feel like this one has a little bit more of like a somewhat of a grassy note.
Hmm.
Very small amount, but um, I don't know how to describe it. It's like kind of it feels like the rye is a little bit more pronounced.
Hmm.
It's very easy to burn your nose, by the way, with when you're
Yeah.
doing
Yeah.
stuff like this.
This one in particular is very strong on the ethanol.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So 24A is the least proofy one, but
Yeah.
only by a margin, a couple of percentage points.
Wow. And this one, I don't know if
Ooh, this is by
my
far my favorite.
yeah, yeah, like it's the least amount of ethanol
Yeah,
by
and it's like nice sweet oak.
which sort of does that indicate it's 24A? I don't know. It's only a
So
couple
I've
of
never
proof
tried
points.
24A, but just if we're talking about proof, I don't think a couple of proof points could make this much of a
I
difference.
know,
So
huge difference. Like both of these were there's not many notes other than ethanol,
yeah,
and this one smells like good whiskey.
yes,
So
I agree. I think yesterday when I was doing my homework, as I told you, I opened the 23A and I tried it, and it was fine. I mean, I mean, fine for a stag, right? Which is still amazing, but I didn't think it was special in any way as far as stags go. But this really does feel ooh,
so this
very
could be
good.
the 22A or the
Yeah,
24A.
it's definitely not 23. I
Yeah,
am pretty sure of that.
yeah, that one's nice.
That's very nice. Okay, so do you want to start by the best one, or do we want to go by order?
Whatever you want.
Let's go by order, maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
So we'll start
All right.
on the left.
Yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. It's opening up a little bit with the oxygen,
A little bit, but
but still that ethanol note.
mhm. That's really good though.
It is good.
Mm-hmm. You can't go wrong with Stag, I think.
Yeah. You know, a lot of people hate on the 23s.
Mhm.
They're still, you know, for a $60 MSRP or whatever it is
Yeah.
now bottle, it's still pretty phenomenal.
The thing is, like, if you know it's a 23B though, even at 120, I think I would hesitate to pay.
Yes.
You know, but if it's whatever this is, then I'm willing to kind of consider higher prices.
This one's quite good. Caramel, vanilla, good proof, good finish. Yeah,
Okay,
that's good. All right, we're moving
second
on.
one. Yeah, you're right. As they've kind of been in the glass a little bit more, they are. And I don't know. Maybe it's because we're drinking now, and so the ethanol is less pronounced. I do feel like this is sweeter than this one. This one has
Hmm.
more of the rye kind of showing through for me. This one is more the confectionery, fruity stuff that I enjoy.
So if I had to guess, this is the 23A.
Hmm.
I I I don't know what the note is that tells me 23, but I could be totally wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't enjoy it as much as this one for
Oh,
sure.
interesting.
Do you get that same note?
I actually prefer this to this one.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I'm getting a little bit more sweetness. The spices are kind of a little bit more interesting for me.
Yeah, there is an astringent note that I've detected on other 23 batches before,
Mm-hmm.
but so definitely preferring the first glass to the second so far.
Okay. All right. I think I'm slightly preferring the second one.
Okay.
All right. Let's go to the last one. But the nose on this was so promising. So if the palate is going to be anywhere near as good as the nose, it's going to be a.
Oh, that's good.
Oh my god, that's really really good.
Oh, caramel, oak on the
So much better
finish.
than the other two.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable how a product like this can be so different from batch to batch, right?
I know. Yeah, that is really good. So now the question. So I would guess these are um, either 22, 23, 24, or 22, 23, 24. But you liked the second one. I don't know how would you compare 2 and 3?
I think this is by far the clear winner,
Yes.
especially on the nose. I slightly prefer this one to this one because I feel like the it doesn't have like the same like I think this has too much of the rye note, like kind of like I when I think about Buffalo Trace, I think cherry and sort of sweet um, and fruity notes,
Yep.
and to me this one does a better job of delivering that versus this one that is more on the rye and grass, and, kind of like herbalness.
Makes sense.
So yeah, okay, should we do a reveal then?
Sure.
All right, so let's see the first one. Is it? Do you think it's 22 or 24? It's definitely not 23A.
I I would guess it's 22.
22?
But yeah,
Okay.
I'm not sure.
Number one, 22.
22
Okay, so 22
is the best.
the best for
is
sure.
the best.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, great. So next one is number VI, which is IV, which is 4, which
Okay.
is 23.
23.
So it is a 23.
As we expected, right?
Yeah. And the last one is IV for me, and it should be V for you.
Yep.
Yep. V for you.
Yep.
So that's the last one,
24.
which was 24.
So you prefer the 23 to the 24?
24, interesting.
Wow.
That's interesting. I got to revisit because
Okay. Let's go back. Let's go back.
But it's interesting because I think you said that you prefer 24 to 22, but now you felt the opposite.
I like both. I think I'm just happy that they're back.
Yes.
But I I thought it could be 22, 23, 24 or the reverse way, and ultimately I came down. The 22 was better. But I wasn't sure. I hadn't done a 22 versus 24A comparison.
But the interesting thing is that you were able to pick that this is a 23.
Knew it. So. It has a note that hits me.
Interesting.
And it's the same note on the 23B. Interestingly, 23C I'm not as familiar with, but I knew right away that was 23.
Very cool.
But I think for those who really like 22A, 24A at least for me is not that far away, not price wise, but like in terms of the experience. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But you feel differently.
I feel differently, yeah. But
still, after even retasting.
But I'm very impressed that you were able to pick the 23 so easily. Like, it's not so obvious to me.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't even describe in words what the note is, but it.
There's some marker that like
and it's not a good marker, so I know that's the bad one. But this one, which I think is 24A, right? This one, quite good. I really enjoy that. I'm going back to 23.
I definitely have to get me a 22A. I think this really consolidates in my mind that I'm missing out by not having 22A.
That's a good one, and
just that nose is so nice.
Yeah, this one. I mean, it's very drinkable. It's fine. It has a great finish, but there's some little note in there, and then we get to 22A, and that's the best one.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was a super fun episode for me. I hope you enjoyed it and had a good time.
Anytime I'm drinking Stagg is a good time. So thanks for having me.
Great. Thank you so much. And thanks for bringing your bottles over to share.
Of course.
Thanks, everyone. Hope you enjoyed the episode. And if you find the Stagg, obviously at MSRP, no brainer, but even slightly above, maybe worth it, especially if it's a 22A.
Absolutely.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers.
Oh, that's so good. Dude, all my t-shirts are like more offensive than the other. Everyone gets offended for some reason, for something that I wear.
What is this one? Dying fetus? Oh my god.
This one is like a band that I love. It's a metal band.
Oh
I'll
my
play you some
god.
songs afterwards, and I'm sure.
Dying fetus. There, fix your
Yeah.
guns.
Cool, cool. Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Like you even said the other day, the 23B was not too bad.
Yeah, I don't know, like,
You must.
but when you have it by itself, I think when I have it next to something else, then I realize, that it's actually like significantly worse.
Yeah.
But like if you don't, if you're just having some other thing or not having anything and you go to it, it's like actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
This is why I like comparisons, because comparisons really tell
Oh
you,
yeah.
you know,
So helpful. And
yeah. Even if it's not blind, it's just like having it next to something else and seeing.
I wish I could describe what that note is that I'm getting because it's like so obvious, and like on 23B it's even more obvious.
Hmm.
So it's weird that in the year of 2023 they had this consistent note going through the three batches, and then they've gotten rid of it this year. I don't
Right.
I don't know how they did that.